Folks. Oh boy, I'm right back where I was. Cool. So this, I'll wait just a minute until everyone gets here. Because it looks like we are live. There we go, we're live on both channels now. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Flaming Phoenix. It has been a while. So I just started a new creative mode project. And so I thought we'd work on that a bit today. It is a multi-leveled city. And it's going to be kind of futuristic. Whoops. We good? My audio went crazy there for a second. But it's inspired by things like... I'm turning down my mic. This is way too loud. There we go. Okay, so it's inspired by things like the planets Coruscant and... oh boy, low disk space. Coruscant and Taris from Star Wars, or Midgar in Final Fantasy VII, where we will have multiple layers of a city on top of each other. So at the very top, we're going to have a bunch of skyscrapers, and this is going to be where the wealthy live. So very rich, all the fancy political buildings. This level will either be a bit more of that, or it'll be like kind of a middle class type area. This floor will have lots of housing. This floor is going to be more of the poverty floor, as awful as that sounds. You'll see I'm kind of going for like this weird pipes type thing, where we have pipes pumping energy through this system constantly. If we wait a few seconds, this one will go off, and it looks pretty cool in my opinion. Also, sorry if I sound off a little. I have unfortunately been sick this week. Why is this one not going off? It'll go off eventually. Anyways, this level is going to have more of warehouses. This is like the down and dirty criminal underworld and maintenance section of the world. We've got this huge reactor thing, and I'm thinking this is going to go all the way up, or at least most of the way. I'm thinking that this provides some like energy to the city, stuff like that, you know? I don't know why this one hasn't gone off yet. Anyways, it basically does what that does. But because of the shaping of the pipe, it goes right up into the pipe and looks pretty cool in my opinion. Now, I did only start this last night, so we're not too terribly far. We got this nice little medicine shop. Andy's Remedies for all occasions. I saw a cool thing in one of Pearlescent Moon's Hermitcraft videos where she used sideways looms as empty shelves. And I know we have an empty shelves block, but I was like, no, I kind of like the way this looks, especially if these aren't bookshelves, but rather like medicine shelves. But I only just finished some of the exterior on this. It still needs all of the details put in. I'd like to find another block to mix into this gray concrete because it kind of looks a little boring at the moment. And while I want everything to look very, very drab and dark on this floor, I think we could put in a little more detail. Did a little tiny bit on the roof with these little things standing up. I'd like to add a bit more to the walls or the inside. Like here, I think I'm going to do some item frames with like potions in them and stuff, or maybe shelves. I'm not quite sure. Whoops. We do have world edit enabled because I was like, there's no way I can build a city this large without it. But yeah, that's our medicine shop. Not going to work on it today, probably. We're going to skip that one for now. This is the first building I built. It is a little warehouse that works in the maintenance stuff. So we've got like this cool little like furnace thing running, and that kind of ties into the giant pipe next door. This room is kind of intended to be maintenance on said pipe. We've got, the owner has a little cactus and dried bush collection there. It's lovely. The goal of this is also to have the city feel extremely cramped. So it's building on top of buildings. You'll notice there is no room between the buildings. The street isn't really going to get any wider than these 3 blocks here. It'll get wider on the upper levels, but on this floor, I really want it to feel like the walls are crowding in around you on all sides. Then we have The lowest place you'll ever be bar. Um, this is actually the main building I probably spent most time working on. Um, it's supposed to feel really dark and dirty, much like the rest of this floor. Um, and I haven't done too much on the inside. I use these smithing tables as the roof, which I think looks really nice. Um, and then we've got one table here, and then we're going to continue this around the room. Similar designs. A little bar here, kind of like the Mos Eisley Cantina on Tatooine in Star Wars. Again, not really going to work on that today, I don't think. Over here, I think we're going to have a bridge leading to more buildings. A little alleyway here. Back here, I've left the buildings pretty blank because I'm going to add in like a little dark alleyway. I think we're going to put some barracks right here. Yeah. Why is this not going off? See, I'd step in it to make sure it's working. But I think the second I do that, it's going to go off, and then I'll be stuck. Well, that did not work. I was really hoping it would. Sorry y'all can't see that. I find that netherite works as really good, like metal plating type block thing there. So I'm liking that. And then to kind of show you the scale of this build of what I'm hoping for, is we've got a radius of about 500 blocks or so all around. So it's a pretty large structure. I mean, there's the wall. The goal is to fill all of that. I don't think we'll be able to do that, really. I honestly don't know if this will ever even get completed. But what is that blue dot? I thought I got rid of all mobs. Oh, that's World Edit. Um, but I might see about bringing in some friends to help me with this. Have each of us work on a different part of the city or something. But for now, it's just kind of this cool little thing. Oh, and then I forgot to mention there is one more layer down here. This will not be accessible to the player for the most part. This mostly exists so I can have like machinery poking up out of the ground like that reactor. I have the ability to add some basements and stuff. Basically, there's just an extra little bit of buffering room between the bottom of the world and the first floor. But I'm probably going to add like some way to get down to small sections of that, just not the whole thing. Because, that would be crazy. Okay. So, this floor we're only going with dark stone for the most part. So we've got a lot of tough and deep slate all over the place. Next floor up, we're going to be, or two floors up, we're going to be using andesite as we get closer to the surface. We only used it here because it's a medicine shop, so I'm like, I guess they get to be a bit brighter. But we wanted this to be very dark and gloomy. Now, I do think that this is just a little too close. So we're going to replace deep slate. Okay. And then we're just going to move over the road by one block. There we go. Just then we have a bit of room for like entryways to hang over and things like that. But I think we could. I'd kind of like to. We're gonna build a bit of like a circular or diagonal wall here. Yeah, and that'll look real nice. Kind of just add a bit of a curve, and this one won't have a staircase leading up right away like the other side does. We're gonna make the player like cross a bridge or get a little further down the street to get to that. I like it to take a while for the player to find all the buildings or how to get to them all. Basically, just make it very interesting to traverse, even though it is just straight up a city, Cool. It'll take a second. My computer can barely handle Minecraft, let alone world edit. I've not seen it that bad on something so small. Oh boy, I sure hope this isn't the end of the stream. That would be a very sad stream if it failed right after we started building. Okay. Hold on. We're gonna exit and reload. Sorry for the coughing. Again, a bit sick. Okay, yeah, so it did not go through. That's okay. We're gonna try it again, because that's the definition of insanity. Oh, it's because I used / replace. That's why. What is it? Faces, deep slate, bricks. There we go. Cool. And I don't actually know what buildings I'm going to put in here yet. If y'all have any ideas, I'm definitely open to them. I'm thinking there'll have to be some sort of inn, probably in a Yeah, I'm thinking this first floor here could be like a couple shops. I don't quite know what we want in this type of area, but some shops could be nice. We can't really do shops on this side on the first floor because that is where the basement of our bar is. On this side, though, I think we could do like a little market on the bottom floor. On the second floor, we could see about doing like an inn, maybe some like homes, kind of like, you know how sometimes you see like apartments on top of businesses, something kind of like that. I think we are gonna have a bridge right here. Okay, we do not have tough in our inventories. We're gonna pull some polished tough slabs, polished tough wall, and we're also gonna go for a deep slate wall as well. Let's see. Are there any other slabs we might want to use for this? I guess we could throw in some tough bricks. Whoops, I meant to put in trapdoor. The problem is there aren't really any stone-ish trapdoors, which don't make sense because who would build a trapdoor out of stone? Okay, so I forget gotta get actual tough. We're also gonna want some tough stairs and just like a regular block of polished tough. Oh boy, what can we give up for that? We're gonna give up the bricks. Slab, yeah. Okay. And so if we're doing the same on this side, really the biggest struggle with this for me almost has been actually keeping it lit, because oh boy, does this world not want to be lit. I guess that's my fault for putting on the ceiling first before I did literally anything else in the world. I'm gonna use that though. No, we're gonna get rid of our axe for now. I don't think we're gonna be using that much world edit. This will be covered in wall as well. Can we put this on a wall? Oh yeah, we can. Good. So we're gonna continue that along here. We'll get back to the bridge in a minute. I got distracted with walls. I love me a good wall. I do wonder if... Oh, that was a bad idea. That really plunged us into darkness. Kind of thinking we could almost... I feel like a bridge is justified to have a bit of lanterns lighting it, you know? I'd like to figure out how to do like some sort of like neon sign. I think that could be pretty cool. But we're not quite there yet. Oh boy, the music's a bit loud. I hope it's not loud for y'all. Let's see. So I'd like this to also drip down here. Okay, I am turning down the music. That's. Oh, I forgot the settings on my headphones. Changing it for you doesn't change it for me. But still, it's a little quieter now. Hopefully, you'll be able to hear me a little better if you weren't able to. If you were able to hear me, I'm sorry you have to hear me better now. There's something. Oh, okay, I see. What if. Does that work better? But if so, why isn't this block that block? Excuse me. Okay. Well, I don't know how I feel about it, y'all. I know there's something we could do that's very cool in here. I don't know what it is. Oh, those do connect. I don't think those connect to bedrock. Wow. I do really kind of love that look. So we're going to do that. Yeah. I think that's real nice right there. Yeah, I like that. Okay, the other thing I wanted to see about doing here was like walls. Because you're not going to come across a city wall like the city bridge like this that doesn't have some sort of guardrails. Would this be better though if it was done with deep slate brick? That way it's less of a deviation from the existing. You know, I don't think that's too bad actually. I kind of like that. That's a bit of nice contrast to the bridge and helps it mix in better with the surrounding environment. Now the question is, could I do like something like that? Make it more spiky? Maybe something I've seen is like putting a little, whoops. We could, this isn't going to be lit, but like, just to increase the spikiness a little. Or like a black fence work better? And we've got, no, that wouldn't work. I don't know, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed. I'm not sure it's quite right though. What about like some... I'm 50-50 on this one, y'all. I think this could go either way. One other thing to see about May... Nope, that's not connected. Okay. I was kind of hoping it would, but I wasn't quite sure. I don't know, it really blew me away when the two different walls connected. I guess it's just something I've never tried. Yeah, I think that kind of does work. Then we're going to build the same bridge over here at some point, probably. We can continue on this little pathway here. Replacing it with a bit of tuff. Whoops, I accidentally destroyed my smithing tables. Smithing tables. Okay. boom, and ooh, those could actually be a kind of cool path to walk on. I like that. Oops. There's the issue that then if you're using it as a path, if anyone looks down, they're suddenly smithing, which is not always optimal. You know, sometimes you don't want to smith. Okay, so that's the end of this street. And then it's so based on our last bridge, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. Which does give us actually a kind of wide alleyway. Um, I'm almost okay with that. This is meant to be like one of those like it's like a criminal undercity in a video game. Really is what this is. Um, quite literally in a video game. But we want it to kind of have you know, you know, yeah, that. I don't even remember what I was going to say there. Oh, we want to be twisting and turning so we can have some more shops. Oh, there we go. So we can have some more shops down along this alleyway. We're gonna boom, 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 boom. And then lantern. We're gonna go for one of these. That is not right. We got a slightly less oxidized one last time, so that's what we need to use again. That also gives us a way of lighting up the streets from above and lighting up these streets here. Because I do want this to be dark enough that mobs would normally spawn. But this, I think, works pretty well for what we need. Right? That is not right. That cannot be right. I messed up somewhere. What did I do wrong? Oh, I see what happened. And then, whoops. There we go. And then it should be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now we have our general shape there. Yeah, I like that. We are going to need our black candle again. Here we go. And time to move this wall on over. Yeah, I like this. If we continue using this type of bridge, it'll add a nice bit of unification to the designs. And I think it's also, I mean, for a bridge this small, that's not meant to interfere with the area down here. I mean, it's relatively interesting to look at. It's not the best bridge ever. But I think for what we need it to be in this location, it'll be good because I'm hoping that all the market stuff will distract from. I'm like, yeah, people aren't going to be looking for the bridge. I'm hoping to draw their eye down here and to right here. Cool. I like that. Okay, so we're gonna. Whoops. Okay. And then we're gonna grab our wooden axe once more. And we're just gonna There we go. Yeah, I like this. And then this one will go to, right about, whoops, right about there. And then that mirrors the other side pretty well. Yes, I quite like this. Now we are going to need to add some shops into this wall. So this is the hard part. Am I able to... So let's just start... We're going to start right here, because I think this will be easiest. Now my question is, if I remove that, and let's take mahogany. What's mahogany called? I must have misspelled it. Like mahogany wood. This. Oh, it's mangrove. That's what it is. Now let's say we use some stripped mangrove, and we're gonna ditch that one. I'm thinking that we could set this building into the wall a little. Do I like that more than... I almost think the tough works better in this case. Just watch, we're slowly going to replace everything else, like all of the deep slate bricks, just with tough, because tough is just beautiful. So I'm thinking we can do this, and then like kind of add in little like structural supports in here, so that it kind of looks like there's like a little thing jutting out from the top of the shop for that. Now the shop will need windows so they can show off their merchandise. And I think that would work. And we're not going to want to go past this block. Well, I guess I'm not going to have another building right here because there's a bridge there. So we could expand a little. Come to think of it, I think if we went to like this block, that would be safe. And we still have room for a shop on the other side. The shops in this district aren't going to be that large. They're mostly going to be pretty small. Something like, I think that's about the amount of room we have to work with on here. Yeah, because these are meant to be very, very small little shops. Okay. So, honestly, do we just... Nah, well, yeah, we are just gonna world edit it. And / faces, stripped, mangrove, wood. Cool. We are gonna have to re-enter that, but here. Oh, whoops. Oh well. We're gonna grab a lantern, like we've been doing. Okay. Oh, this is a short shop. Okay. Okay, so on here we have to have the building level there, but I'm thinking we are actually gonna end up undoing a bunch of that world edit. / faces air. Gonna do the same thing here. Okay. And now we're gonna have to use some slabs, I think, for the roof, just to give us a little more breathing room. So we're gonna have to choose a slab that goes well with mangrove. Honestly, we are gonna go cinnabar. I know we've already used it in this build. Well, we haven't used this variant of it, I don't think. I don't think we've used the bricks. And then I'm thinking we could use like a little frog light. And if we stick it in the four corners like we did our medicine shop, there we go. I think that will light it adequately. Yeah, so now all that's left is to cover this roof up. And then we get to decide what this shop is for. So far we have a bar and a pharmacist. We could do a bookshop. I feel like this is a little close. Plus, with the area of city that this is in, like this has to be like a rough and tumble shop that is very practical. What if they sell like a specific delicacy of food? Like maybe these people sell like the best sea pickles ever. Well, we're gonna. Oh, wow! These two blocks go really well together. I love it. Yeah, I actually kind of love the idea of them selling the world's best sea pickles. Um, oh boy, what would we even call that? Sea pickles. Okay, so we're gonna grab a sea pickle for our inventory, and so this is what we're working with here, y'all. We're gonna make a sea pickle shop. Nope, we're not making a sea pickle shop. Sea pickle shop should be green. We're gonna have a sea pickle shop next door. Oh my. It's gonna be Beets R Us. Oh, this is the most beautiful idea I've ever had. Beets. The entire world will just be Beets here. Um, could I build like a mini little beet out of like some cinnabar and like stick a model of a beet on the wall? I think that could be fun. Slab some beets. Okay, so they kind of have like this little circular thing, and then like these little like twigs coming up at the top. A beet. Oh, that is a horrendous beet. Okay, so we need. That's actually. It could be worse. What if, like, would something like that work? Beet, beet. Hmm. Item frame. Okay. So we're gonna have our menu right here. This is like a food truck. Like this is not a place you're gonna sit down and eat at. This is a they give you your beats and you go. So we're gonna have our little menu here, and we're gonna have three types of beets: beet, beet, and beet. Okay. And then on the other side, nope. This is where you're gonna have to come get your order. Oh, this is a cramped space, especially with that beet in the way. Maybe that wasn't my best idea. So you come in. We're gonna have to move the beet, guys. That is not a good location for it. Okay. So that was not a good spot for the beet. But what if like we like that's enough. Oh, that works great. Okay. I see a vision here. Okay. Bear with me. And I destroyed one of my mangroves. We're gonna pop that back in. We're also gonna work on the floor real quick. What is a red block we could use for the floor? What if we just made a redstone floor? I mean, it's the same color. Oh, crimson nylium. That looks nice. Or we could straight up just do regular cinnabar. Fire coral. No, that'll get destroyed instantly. I hate to say it, but I think cinnabar. Oh, we're gonna go red concrete. I don't make enough use of concrete in my builds, so like I'm seeing a chance and I'm gonna take it. Beets are us will have a red floor. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. Beets are us. We should have a competing business also called Beets are Us that sells instruments next door. That would be funny. I'd love that. Okay. So we have a villager or whomever right there. We're gonna boom, boom. Okay, that looks good. Door. It's gonna be it has to be a mangrove door at this point. Oh yeah, Beets are us. Does not work. I want to put a window on both sides. Kind of wondering if that means we need to just get rid of this wall so we can have that window. Because I think with just the one window, it's a very lifeless exterior, especially with the current lighting. If we could put out a proper lantern, I think. We haven't really used any normal lanterns. We've just been using like exposed and waxed and stuff. Oh, that actually does work better. And then Cinnabar has this really nice chiseled block. We might be able to. Okay. Something like that, give it a little more texture, and then we can throw in like polished cinnabar. Oh yeah, that looks much better now. I like that a lot. Cool. So we're gonna hop in here, and then now we have room for 5. We're gonna just stick to 5. So we've got beet, beet, and beet. Do we want the beets above or below the menu price for each? I think that works well. Beetroot. Right. Oh no, that was not what I meant to do. Okay. Did I accidentally throw the bowl? I did. There we go. So now we have to come up with fun names for all of our beetroots. So this is where you're going to buy the beetroots. We're going to want to make a little cash register. And for that, I'd almost think like a stairs would be the best option. Do we even need a cash register? What if the beetroots are just free? I don't know. Okay, we were also going to do our little beetroot mural here. So we decided something like that. That. Beetroot. Yeah? Is that a beetroot? I think that's a beetroot, guys. But like, isn't there like a hanging thingy or something? Like I'm wondering if there's a little detail block we could use to make this look just a little bit better. Something to like capture the there's also like hairs coming off the top. The sprout? Stem. It's the stem. Oh, that's what I was looking for. The coral. Okay, the coral does not work. Nether wart we can't place. See, I was thinking hanging roots. Hanging roots and weeping vines. Would either of those be able to be used here? Oh, I love it so much. Alternatively, oh, I can't place the hanging vines. That's a shame. Now we can. Whoops. We could. I actually don't mind that. Okay. So then we are going to want glass. I think we're just going to have to leave the beets as they are, y'all. I think this is the best we're going to get. Though if I come up with a better design, I'll update it. Beets are us. Glow squid ink. And then we're also going to want red dye. Beets are us. The best store ever. I mean, look at that, y'all. I don't think I will ever surpass this moment in Minecraft. Ever. Okay. So, we have three beets. Raw beet. Oh boy, I haven't even come up with a currency from our world yet. Three. I'm almost tempted to just do like shillings or something. Are shillings still a thing in England? I don't know. Three. Three Z. Three. Oh boy, see, this is where the hard world building comes in. It's easy to come up with a beat shop. Well, actually, it's surprisingly hard to come up with a beat shop. But now we need to come up with a currency. Oh boy. Three. You know what? It's gonna be 3 gold. It's lame. I know. So now we've got our beetroot soup. And I want to do something akin to the raw beetroot. Uncooked beetroot stew. Still mooing. That's still mooing. We'll keep them guessing. Is there beef inside? Oh my. Beef root stew. Beef root. That's I love that. That's gonna be 7 gold. Then we've got overcooked beetroot stew. World's best beetroot stew for 10 gold. Okay, so we've got our raw beet. Oh, it should say raw beetroot. Should have. Is this a beetroot? Yeah. Yeah, it's not just a beet. Okay, so we've got our raw beetroot. Now we get to make our... Also, FYI, I don't have chat visible on my screen, so if you have any suggestions, I apologize. I have not seen them, and I'm unable to. Okay, so raw beets. We have raw beets, rhythmic beets, rhythmic beets. And that is going to be 5 gold. And then we've got, look what the Beets and look what the Beets. No, it's gonna be what look what the cows dragged in because I'm like, oh, haha. Then we've got the beef root. Oh, this should be rhythmic beats. Beat, yeah. And then we've got Calinova. Oh, authentic. Authentic. 17. Calinova beat. Not yet. Moldy. That's gonna cost 6 gold. Oh boy, that music scared me. Okay. Are they the funniest names ever? No. They do work for now. I could also work up a little like copper golem system where he's always dragging the beats across. That could be fun. Excuse me. I don't think we're gonna do that today though. I think that is a. Oh, I know what we need. Bingo. Add a little bit of a curve to the back of the beetroot. I think that's a masterpiece. And then we're gonna this will be covered by like a road or something. But then like if we're walking here, you know, we'll have these markets on all sides and it'll all be random stuff like Beats or Us. So the next room we need to build is going to be Sea Pickles territory. So we're gonna get a. It's gonna be called Under the Sea Pickles. Oh, I need to write that down. Sign. Under the Sea Pickles. Okay. So we've got this. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we've got another row of that. Okay. So we're going to grab a tough wall. This has really just become the food market. But, you know, I'm okay with that. Under the Sea Pickles coming soon. I'm not sure we'll do all of this one in today's stream. I'm probably gonna excuse me. Probably gonna stop streaming relatively soon. But we can get a bit of a start on it. I do ooh, copper. Copper is tempting on this one. The floor is gonna be dark prismarine. Nope, the walls are oh. Okay. I do think Dark Prismarine probably works better. Does Dark Prismarine work better as walls or as ceilings? Okay, I'm sorry. I love that. You don't normally see Prismarine get to be used so much. Because, you know, no one uses it quite as much as they use the other blocks. It is so hard to get. Of course, we have to use sea lanterns in this build. Okay, and this time, we're going to actually use World Edit properly and early enough we don't ruin everything. So it's going to go there. And then we're going to move it in here. Does that work? I think that's great, yeah. Okay, faces, um, dark prismarine. Oh yeah, that's great. You'll get rid of that. So we're going for basically the same exterior design as we did last time. So under the sea pickles. And then if we can get like a green, oh, we're gonna do a cyan dye. I think that, huh? Cyan's like a little, yeah, I think that works really well. Okay. So then, actually, I think we are gonna have to replace the roof here with some, excuse me, prismarine. Oh, we can do some prismarine walls. We can do some prismarine slabs. Everything in here is gonna be very sea themed. Oh yeah, I like this. Like, I know the title of the stream says it's a dystopian city. It is clearly becoming less dystopian as I go on. I mean, we've got the worst bar ever, but more importantly, we have Beets Are Us and Under the Sea Pickles. Um, Clearly owned by a blue axolotl. Ooh, am I able to spawn a blue axolotl? I am not. I'm sure there's a command I could use and then like put it in a bucket. Oh, that actually is a really good idea. Spawn. Oops. And oh boy, I don't even know how to do it actually. I'll have to Google that. I'm gonna give ourselves a little blue axolotl somewhere. I'm thinking the floor might need to be a different block. I love the dark prismarine, but there is too much of a good thing somehow. Yeah, and I think this at least makes the floor a little less. It grounds the floor a little in a way that the rest of the build is not. A little less exotic, a little less whatever this is. Then under the sea pickles here, we added in some fun blocks to kind of break up the design there. I'd like to see if we can find something like that for our sea pickles. I'd love to use a shulker box as like a design. Oh, this is a terrible idea. This player's gonna see a shulker box and be like, "Oh, that's a shulker box. I can open that." That doesn't work quite well there. What about? I actually really like that. Plus easy storage for sea pickles. Oh, oh, that's perfect. You can't even open them because of where they're placed. Oh, that's great. Okay, cool. We'll keep them there then. That looks good. Um, Something like that. Okay, and then deep slate. We are just going to install this real quick on the top here to stop the shulker boxes from opening. And then door. Um, could we? Or would like a fully oxidized door work better? Yeah, it's gonna have to be fully oxidized. Okay. Glass. So we are gonna take. We're gonna do some dark green glass panes. They do not connect to shulkers. Okay. So those two shulkers have to go. I'd almost like to see if we can find another block to replace them in that location. I mean, just straight up prismarine is an option. I'd like to see if we can find something better, though. What about, like, this block? I think we decided this one works better. And then I'm thinking we can. There we go. Added a little bit of extra depth to it. And then we're going to want to kind of mimic what we did on the next one over. And then slab, we're going to want a deep slate bricks. There we go. And that does pretty well match. That does pretty well match the store next door. Got the nice green glow. Lanterns did not light up as much as I'd like them to. I mean, this is really honestly the amount of lighting we are probably ever going to want here. Because we'll also have some lighting on the other side and stuff. Yeah, it'll work out. It'll all work out. Okay, I do think that might be where we're going to stop today. Yeah, so thank you everyone for joining. I hope you enjoyed making a little bit of Under the Sea Pickles and Beets Are Us. And I hope you will join us